And everybody's happy.
Well, we are half hour behind schedule, so better get this show on the road. Yes, we made something. Filmed, no video out. Boxes, boxes, boxes. That's me. You, Phil?
Move things around. I slurried the walls with waterproofing slurry. It's still damp, but it was a good excuse to move everything around and throw some things away. I haven't made anything. No, that's not true. Today I had a day off from work and I cut 3 pieces of wood to make shelves to replace some shelves which I've already made because I made them wrong the first time.
So you improved yourself.
I improved the shelves. I fixed the switch which I broke when I was moving everything out of the workshop garage. The switch on the bandsaw, which I knocked with a big plank and snapped the toggle off.
That's not good.
No, that's not good, no. But a liberal application of CA glue, super glue, and squirty accelerator fixed that, and that's now working. And I went to the tip. Yep, that's it. That's me. How about you?
I want to hear more about that. The garage wall. Because how much less damp has it become, or did the slurry do nothing, or
Well,
what's the curing time for the slurry thing?
It may not be fully cured yet, but I overcoated absolutely everything where there was damp. And then where it wasn't damp, it is dried to a nice light grey colour. And where there is still damp, it is now a dark grey colour. And the wall is still physically wet. You can put your hand on it and it is wet. So this water is even coming through the waterproof slurry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it needs longer to cure.
And does it cure over wet surfaces?
Yeah.
I've never tried it, so I don't know.
Yeah, you've got to wet the wall for adhesion purposes. So you have to go in with like a little spray bottle and actually dampen everything down. Dampen everything down, sweep it off, get rid of any loose stuff. As with any kind of decorating, I suppose it's mostly preparation. The actual flinging the stuff on the wall is the last 10%. So yes, it was vigorously brushed and cleaned, and then brushed again, and then dampened down, and I slathered it all on. Brushed it on for the first coat, and then troweled on a second coat, and then brushed that back a little bit. And then 24 hours later, it's really evident where the damp is still pushing through.
So now you know where to drill some holes and put in some pipes and a collection pot.
Maybe.
No, you double down, put down more slurry, or you make a cinder block, a bird bath integrated into the wall, and you can sell it as it's the natural spring of whatever area you're living in. It's an old medieval stream, so it has youthful properties and.
Well, the Fountain of Youth is already that's done to hell and back. What kind of fountain would you think that Phil had, looking at him? Wisdom, perhaps. I mean, you look more wizardy than young, if you don't mind me saying so.
That's fine. I'll take that. Heaven knows. I mean, in some respects,
Patience, perhaps.
Being young again would probably be good, but because it certainly would mean that after 2 days of, well, 3 days because I had the day off today and did some more shonking around the place and going to the tip. 3 days of moving stuff around for someone who is normally a relatively inert carbon-based task unit sat at a desk. Oh, it takes it out of you. Everything hurts. Everything hurts.
You mean that you're not 22 anymore?
No, I'm not 22 anymore. No, far from it. And where was I? Yes, I think a fountain of sarcasm.
Oh, that is brilliant.
I'm thinking about the all Asterix and Obelix cartoons. Well, someone fell in the cauldron as a kid. Can I please have some? No, you fell in as a kid. You had plenty.
Yeah. Fountain of sarcasm. Or it's just it's the weeping wall of sarcasm, really. So, you just have to come along and just lick it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the maker mecca. It's you need to do a pilgrimage.
Why not? We'll get all the big names around.
Yeah. You can have shuttle buses from Maker Central next year.
Nope.
That was the quickest no I have heard in a long time.
And that is no as a complete sentence.
Man, but are you? How much have you moved back?
Well, some reorganization occurred. Another carload of, not a whole carload, but a bootload with back seats down of various woods went to the tip this morning because I had to get very, very brutal because it was just ridiculous finding all these really crappy bits of plywood, like really, really thin ply, which is just snapped off. And it's like, this isn't even a regular shape. Why am I keeping this?
So really questioning past Phil.
What the hell were you thinking? And I can see what I was thinking. It's about if I cut this rough edge off, then that's a sort of a rectangle of very thin ply, which I might use for something maybe in the future. But I've had this for years now, and I'm not using it, so it's going.
Good for you.
Any MDF gone. Any shitty ply, i.e., it's 18 mil, but it's only got 3 plies in it, gone.
How much ply must plywood have to be plywood?
How many plies can a ply if a ply can ply?
That's one way to put it.
I would say 3 though. Or do you need more? Or is that just hardwood with veneer on both sides, so that doesn't count?
No, it's really light, so it was junk. Yeah. The proper sheathing ply, the stuff you put across your window when someone throws a brick through it, that sort of stuff. Low end, low grade construction ply. So gone.
I bought some plywood to build the shelves, and yes, good quality, top and bottom. But when I went to pick them up, I realized when you look at the edges, it's not uniform, so they look like crap in the cross section. But it's workshop furniture, so it's okay. But the quality wasn't as expected, but still. I thought I did a good deal on the price, but when I saw the quality, it makes sense.
Yeah. You never get a good deal when you buy something new. If you're not ready to pay through the nose.
No, you never get a good deal when everybody's out to screw you. That's just the reality now of everything, basically.
Someone's been drinking at the fountain of sarcasm.
I think so.
Or the fountain of despair. I'm not sure. The fountain of existential crisis. I can have that one, and you can have the fountain of sarcasm.
Oh yeah, your existential crisis from earlier today. Oh, what a
Yeah,
beautiful poetic existential crisis it was as well.
yeah. It's the existential crisis of a middle-aged bloke reflecting of how much years you have left versus what he wasted prior
Oh,
to this.
you should never think back of how much time you wasted.
Let's
Nothing
not
good come
let's
from that.
let's not pull at that thread, eh?
No, no, no. No, let's move along quietly.
Exactly. Only forward, only forward. Don't look behind you. You
It's like
realise.
when you're climbing at heights, right? Never look down. It's
Don't
the
look
same with
down.
life. Never
Yep.
look back. Never question your choices. Make new ones.
Well, maybe question your choices, but I mean, think of. I mean, lift. How do you say? Lift your eyes to look ahead. Like when you're learning how to ride a bike, don't look at the big stone because then you will cycle right into it. Look at the
Yeah.
road instead, not the hole in the road, not the lamppost.
I've- It
Yeah,
doesn't.
really, really
It's not.
nail that 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah,
Well, yes, I
but
mean that the way then you're overdoing it, you get that.
I mean, if it's been consequently, that then I would understand it. But staring at the rock, I've been trying staring at the lottery prize, but it doesn't seem to hit that one. So it's like you can't look at
Yeah.
anything and hit it. That's for sure.
Well, I don't want to brag, but I won a little bit of money on the lottery last week.
Oh,
Yeah, I won £6.4.
yeah.
Well, that's better
Yeah, but
than I've done.
it covers the tickets for the next few weeks, doesn't it?
Covers the tickets for 1 week. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was a free week.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't cash it in. I just reinvested it into some new tickets.
yeah.
Ah,
Maybe. Probably not, but maybe.
you shouldn't think about how much money you spent on lottery tickets either.
Please stop shouting at me like that.
I talking about spending money. I I have built a table in my workshop, and to support the one side of said table, I needed to build a table legs, and of course the rest of the workshop furniture has been built of standard construction material. At is it 38 times 68 millimeters? That's the dimension. So I went to the local hardware store. I mean the most local one. Um, on my way from kindergarten, and no, it was during lunch hour, and then I'll just buy one. So I went in and fetched it, and they don't sell anything shorter than a full length, and that was 5 point something meters. Just went to the counter and like, yeah, that was £13 for that one plank. It was like, oh, fast. But driving to another one who's generally cheaper, that would just add up. So I just, all right, I'm going home now. This is coming with me. But the price of that,
Yeah.
like, holy, it's not fun anymore with material costs. And then for some reason, I thought, how much money have I now spent on my hardware store? And then because I need 9 more boxes to have a complete set for both the cabinets, and I started summing it together, and then I thought, just better not. It's yeah, that it doesn't help anyone. The the deed has been done. There's no point in crying over spilt milk. Um, it's there. It's almost done. Maybe a video soon. So yeah, what's the point in using the calculator to add numbers? That's It's not like you're practicing for an exam or anything, so just let it go.
Numbers are just a number.
I watched. No, I listened to. I've been into. I've hyper fixated on the Rest is Science podcast. Um,
Hmm.
Seems like I enjoy falling asleep to Hanna Fry's and that bloke's voice. But yeah,
Hannah Fry
they
and someone else is there as well. Right.
yeah, yeah. But I think they had 2 episodes on infinity and just spiraling down like what is even a number? And a number is just something we've come up to grasp the reality of anything around us. And so there might be more numbers that we don't use or other systems or whatnot. And then yeah, that's what I took from that. It's just numbers. I'm using different numbers, a completely different set of systems. So yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you can listen to those episodes and think, this is entertaining. I'm being entertained, but I am so far out of my depth here with science knowledge. I don't know what you're talking about at this point, but it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, in that those cases, I feel it's really obvious the different kind of brains you have, because I mean, I don't have a science brain; I have an engineer brain, so I can't go into those super details because that's not relevant. An engineer just gets shit done, makes it work. That's more the engineer's route.
Yeah, you round it up to the closest decimal and times it by 3 to be on the safe side.
Yeah,
And Bob's your uncle, so that's the limit of it. Yeah.
more like that. But
So you're
as you say,
saying
it can be interesting.
engineers get stuff done, but they don't need to know how it works. We need to know enough to
Uh,
know how it works,
Or why it needs to be
why it
made.
works.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, exactly. We need to know how it works, not why it works. I think
yeah.
that's the distinction between scientist and engineer.
I need this because I don't need your because. I just tell me what the thing that you want and I'll build it for you. Don't give me a philosophy lesson. I'm not. I'm an engineer. Goddamn.
I mean, the philosophy is well and good as recreational, but not. I'm a
Yeah.
recreational scientist, not a professional one.
Yeah.
Recreational philosophy.
I've seen the video of that. I've seen more documentaries actually of the opioid crisis, and you have towns of people just standing on street corners, sleeping, standing up, and sometimes I feel that with regard to philosophy as well. I feel like I like to do it recreationally, but at some point it's like I'm a full blown addict, so it bleeds into. So sometimes I'm doing like strictly engineering work, and like then suddenly I find myself like on a whim doing philosophy. Like what's the point of this? And then there's no turning back.
You got to be careful with those hard drugs.
Yeah, you can't take that to a meeting, can you? Sort of like, well, I've worked really, really hard on this project, and after hours of consideration, what's the point, man?
Yeah. But
We're
I
all
really
just specks of dust in the universe. Who cares?
Exactly. Are we all not just energy manifest in this collection of atoms? And if we build the thing or we don't build the thing,
The
would
sun's
it
gonna
really
burn out
matter?
anyway.
Exactly.
yeah.
50 million years from now, everything anyone ever did anywhere ever won't matter.
Yeah. So why start now? It's
Let's start now.
but that's the thing though. I mean, at some point you had the great philosophers, and I'm not going to mention any names because I probably get them wrong anyway. But still today at university, you can study philosophy. But I have still to see a job opening in the classifieds for a full-time philosopher Because if someone said, "All right, there's a full-time position here for you just to sit in an office and think about life," then I'm your guy. I do that anyway for free. So, but yeah, there's no.
Well,
So
there's those great big companies like IBM and other huge great companies have like artists in residence, don't they? So maybe they
yeah,
need a philosopher in residence as well. Now we'll pay
yeah,
you for 3 years to just, you know, have some free coffee in a nice office and a comfy chair and just, think.
yeah.
I think you have to
Attend,
write some kind of
attend some
report as well.
meetings. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll get an AI to do that for you.
Do some rap battles between with Amazon's philosopher.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be nice if all the big companies had philosophers with philosopher fighting?
philosopher.
philosopher. Oh, that. But I might be onto something here because I got a request at work. Someone has, I wouldn't say ratted me out, but someone came and like, we've heard you make good cahoots. Are you interested in making cahoots for our tri-weekly meeting? Because to be honest, not all people turn up for those because it is a bit boring. But if we have like a 20-minute Kahoot at the end, sure. I mean, I'll spend some time on that. To be honest, I don't use much time putting together a Kahoot, but I find enjoyment in that. And maybe I can be Mr. Kahoot if I just, in enough departments, have Kahoots every third week. I can make that my full time. I can just phase out this engineering bit and just be that clown of general knowledge. That would be
Well, no,
great.
you're a Kahoot engineer
Yeah,
for hire.
I mean, this is surely something that your company can sell to others. So
yeah. But the question is, should I then quit and become a full-time consultant?
A
Because
Kahootist.
there is a lot of huge engineering companies, and they have boring meetings, and they know it. And then you can hire me. I can come in, do a 20 minute, and then of course what I do is I have questions. Of course, you need the standard things like geography and news, and then you have popular science, and then of course you have some engineering topics and math questions and so on to make it relevant. And that is the same over all the big engineering companies. And
yeah.
I mean, they are $1 billion industries. So yeah, maybe I should just be a corporate clown.
I mean, I just imagining having a boring meeting, and then after a set amount of time, you hear like a honk honk, and the clown car with you comes in.
I mean, you have it in hospital, right? At least here in Norway, you have what you call the hospital clowns
Yeah.
that go around to keep the spirit of especially like children in hospitals having a hard time. Then I could be the corporate version of that. With my trolley that I built myself. I know a guy that makes plinkety plonkety machines, so then I could go around and like,
For every half hour in a meeting, you need a 5 minute clown part in the middle.
Well, I'm getting a flashback now to a previous episode where you wanted a jester's hat, didn't you?
yeah.
Yeah. So this has come full circle.
But the question is though, now that I also did the guillotine video, I have a French costume. So should I then a corporate mime, or should you go the traditional clown? I'm not sure.
I think you need multiple personas for
Yeah,
different
yeah, true.
settings.
Diversify. That's important. Diversify your portfolio. Yeah, that I've heard that before. That yeah.
Absolutely. You can just come crashing into a boardroom into your Ignis pickup, towing a hellcorder.
I mean,
I'm not sure if you know this, but it starts in engineering school, and in all the greatest engineering firms, they do this when they're having like get together, and now we're gonna have fun. They have the great egg drop challenge, right?
Yeah, that's a
You
good
get
one.
an egg and some rubber bands and some straws, and this shall be dropped from 10 meters, and the one who doesn't break their egg wins. And then you have 1 hour to try and build a contraption. Now I'm a maker, and I can't be the only one who's bored of those challenges. And surely I can also be like an event manager for like build offs. I can come in. I have a box with here is 25 recorders and solenoid valves, a battery. Go.
I mean, the egg drop that's hard to do in a meeting room, but the egg throw challenge. If you have a carton of egg, everyone gets an egg, and then have 10 minutes to build something around it, and then you throw that egg with that thing around it on the person and see if it breaks or not.
Yeah.
So you don't
How
want to
call?
make it too tough because that would hurt.
Yeah, but you don't want a cracked egg on yourself as well. So yeah, it's a question of finding the sweet spot and also trusting yourself, and that is an exercise they very much like in these corporate things. I mean, learn to trust each other's and yourself. So yeah, I think we're onto something here.
So we've just fixed corporate management training
Sounds
Yep.
like it.
with eggs.
Eggs make a lot of things better.
If you like eggs, yeah, sure.
It's a boring pancake without it.
Well, yeah, I I've got a love-hate relationship with eggs. It really is. It really depends on how they're cooked. An omelette, I love an omelette. A fried egg just makes me throw up.
Interesting, because I mean those aren't that far apart. That depends on how you fry it, I guess. But
Mm.
And,
because I mean
and
a boiled and omelette, I would see a bigger difference with. I think.
Mm.
but the thing is though, and this is just how different perspectives on the same thing changes the thing, because egg can be okay. Add bacon to it, it's amazing.
Hmm.
But if you have bacon and you add egg to it, it doesn't add that extra amount of excellence that the bacon does to the egg. But it's the two same components just added together. It's just what you add to the other who defines the brilliance of it.
Yeah, but I mean that example specific. I mean, isn't that the inherent good ability of bacon of elevating everything else? Um, but yeah, it's true. That
Yeah, yeah,
different.
but surely if you add egg, which is in itself good, just not as good as bacon, and you add it to bacon, it should add up to a higher number, but it just doesn't.
I mean, I think it's. Oh,
Oh, we're back to that infinity discussion. You can add as much numbers as you want, but it's still infinity. It's not like that. You
it
have a
doesn't
bigger.
infinity. It's a high number, but I mean it's negligible. I almost could say it. Almost. It's a small number, so it doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to say.
You can add infinite eggs to bacon, but it still won't make up for just having more bacon.
Well, to a limit, I would say. I mean, I'm not that. I don't fall into the bacon is god category that some people are,
I know
but I
that
like it.
Fry and that guy, they take questions and answer those, so we can give them the bacon and egg theory.
What came first, the chicken or the pig?
The bacon or the egg? Yeah, that was
Yeah, and who was the first person who had eggs? Oh, this is a bit bland. We need bacon on this. I mean, if you already have bacon, why the fuck are you screwing around with the egg in the first place? Well, you would surely just go for
We got this.
bacon.
We've
So.
got these things, eggs, right? But I reckon what we should do is we should get that pig. We should slice it up and hang it for some weeks. Maybe add some salt, and I think that would really elevate this egg.
I mean, isn't that a thing in some religions that you shouldn't mix different animals together? or did I dream that?
Ooh, you're asking the wrong person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I realized that. That is the thing. But circling back to
The-
eggs, this is from a different podcast. I think it was Plumbing the Death Star. No, Baseless Speculation. No, they have uh, uh, yeah, sometimes penalties for guessing wrong, and one of those penalties was eat 12 eggs. And the question was, how would you eat
Oh,
12 eggs? And the guy who got it doesn't like eggs. So I mean, that's the question: should you just have? You can eat 12 eggs raw. You can have 12 raw egg, 12 boiled eggs, 12 fried egg, or you can bake them into cakes. But then you have to eat the entire cake. So
yeah.
how would you do with 12
I
eggs?
like I like egg though, but any recipe that requires eggs, you have to scale it up to match 12 eggs. That's a
Yeah,
hell of a lot of pancake.
yeah.
So it would be the you need to eat the eggs on on themselves, and then I think I would go for hard boiled, and then you can add some spices, butter, caviar to that to spice it up. I could do 12 eggs. I think it would be. Um, it's not the event of eating the eggs itself, but it's the aftermath after that. I would probably be alone at a cabin because there might be flatulence, and
Yeah, it's not nice, probably.
but how desperate must you have been? Let's say the premise is that the chicken came first and that someone had a chicken for a while, and then of course when you're hungry, let's kill that thing and fry it and see if that works as food. And then at some point said chicken must have laid an egg and is like, all right, instead of killing the chicken, how if we crack open these gooey white thingies that pops out of its ass, and see if we can eat that instead? And I can see the reasoning because that's more of a perpetual source of food rather than to kill the chicken itself. But looking at the egg and where it comes from and the consistency and color of what comes out before you fry it, for the first time, not knowing, ah, I needed to be very, very hungry, I think.
But I think in that point in history and society, people were very, very hungry at points.
mm.
Yeah.
Can I eat it? Yes, then I will.
It's like there's a book and I completely forget who wrote it. But it was a fellow talking about North Korea and how you know you had the family that's in charge, whatever their name is, um, living the high life whilst the nation basically starved. And once they'd eaten all the cats and dogs and frogs, and they were stripping bark off trees and boiling it and eating that, and eating their shoes and leather belts. Those are some hungry people.
Yeah.
So on that cheery note, what have you done this week, KJ?
Well, I've published a video finally
Yes, you did.
for a project that's been going on since I think I started on in March. I must have with that ball lamp thing, or I mean, I got them in, was it October, November, something like that last year?
It was before the snow, yeah.
Yes, before the snow, because then the snow came and laid them, made it easy to forget all of that. So then I fixed one up, and I thought that turned out rather nice. So then I started filming when I installed it outside. I thought this is nice. I need the first part of this video, and that was I think early April I installed it. So then I took the second one because I had two, and made the fixing it up part of that. which I was finished late May, I think. So then it's just the rest of June to actually edit the video and that sort of thing, because other stuff came up during that time. So I put that on the back burner. And the funny thing is, this is not the most back burner project. The one I'm taking up now is even worse than that. But that can be for another day. So yes, the ball lamp is active, and I'm rather pleased with both the result and the video actually.
I was
It's good.
It's very good, and I was pleased with the attention to details when it comes to the conduit and digging that down to pull the wire. Surely, I would just bury a extension cord under 5 centimeters of dirt because something is going to break at some point anyway. But this seems a bit sturdy. But what
mean,
I'm looking forward to is the extended cut with the voiceover from your kid.
Yeah, I mean, he tends to wander around the garden, and sometimes when I'm filming, he just walks up to the camera and takes it upon himself to be the camera person and also give a narration to what's happening. This time he was especially, yeah, himself. I must say.
I mean, I don't know how the filming and real life meet up time wise, but I'm slightly disappointed that conduit wasn't buried in a trench dug with your digger.
That was because I didn't have my digger at that point,
Ah,
because it's that old. And I don't think I would have, not for this short. When we finally decide where to put the second one, that might be a digger thing to do. Actually,
Didn't you get that accessory, like the small thin hook to just make small
yes,
trenches? Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I will be ready for that. But yeah, you might tell that I actually work in power distribution and actually bury cables for a living. So yeah, I don't want them to be too easily
but the question
snagged.
is, and particularly relevant to someone who may or may not be listening to this podcast, did you buy your own conduit or did you find it at work?
But this I had
The
to
legal
buy my.
department tells you not to answer this question.
No, for this kind, for this specific question, I can answer it clearly, because we don't have that small kind of conduit at work, because
Ah,
we don't use that small kind of cables. I mean, this conduit is made for indoor use if you're gonna be picky about it, but it's good enough to bury. So yes, but let's not go into detail about bigger conduits.
so what have you been?
In other work, I've also taken care of a wasp nest at in the on the patio, because we realized when we just walked out, that's a lot of humming, and it's raining. So where are they? Oh, they're right there under the ceiling. Nice. And they were really adamant on having a place to live up there, and that's rather high up. It's like maybe three and a half. Yeah, more like 3.5 meters, maybe four. So not really easy to get to them. So I use an apple picker to try to get them down. So I got the nest down easily, and like two of the wasps actually followed it. The rest of them just kept buzzing around the
Mhm.
where the nest had been. So then I scraped down the extra loose parts that were still there. So then I got the weed burner. I thought, yeah, I'm gonna just give them some, um, yeah, give them some
Persuasion.
heat, some fiery persuasion. Yes, and I didn't know. I mean, I had some kind of sense that if you turn a propane bottle upside down, you get more than just the gases, but you get very big flames when you turn a weed burner upside down. It really becomes a flamethrower in that sense. So that was kind of fun. A bit scary at times, but fun.
Nice. But you valiantly got rid of them.
Yes. Yes, I think I killed each and every one of them. Maybe one or two escaped. Because we don't want a nest there. Especially since my youngest kid is terrified of wasps. So you think that anything that buzzes is a wasp. He doesn't even look. He just runs. So it can be a house fly, it can be a bumblebee, it can be anything. He thinks it's a wasp and he runs. So yeah. Then you have to step up and be a good dad and kill some insects.
Yeah.
Let's do some killing.
Isn't that a manly man thing to do? Kill it with
Kill
fire?
it with fire.
Yeah. Oh, that was fun. Last year we had 2 wasps' nest around our house, and it's the kind who lives in the ground, so they're particularly aggressive.
Those are nasty.
And one of them I did not know about, and I was cutting the lawn when it becoming dusk, so it wasn't dark, but it wasn't. I couldn't see them, so just cutting, and then I could feel a sting on my arm, and I just thought I hit a rock or something that just flew up and just hit my arm. I didn't think much of it. I just continued, and then I felt another one, and god damn it, it shouldn't be any loose rocks in the grass here. And then yeah, I realized that some of the buzzing noise wasn't only the electric lawnmower. And of course, the next day, it's, if we had Glenn here, he could tell the proper name of this shrubbery, but it's the thing that grows along the ground. So I have no idea. I could see where they were flying in and out, but I did not know where the nest was. And trying to guess where to dig down to find it in that shrubbery, that's not an alternative. And then putting a flamethrower to it, then I would have a bushfire. So I just got one box of this insect foam thingy and I just emptied that in the vicinity of the opening. So we'll see if that helped, if they're moving back in this summer.
Yeah, you never know. And there's so many kinds of wasps and that sort of thing. So it's hard to know which kind is which and which are the bad ones.
I mean, it's basically flies and stingy flies, isn't it? That's all the definition you need. Is it a wasp? What kind of wasp? Is it a bee? All right, maybe the bee then. So you have the non-stingy fly, the house fly, and then you have the stingy fly, and then you have the stingy honey fly. That's all the definition you need on fly things.
Honey fly.
It's a honey fly. That sounds better already, if you ask me. Yeah.
Well,
and then you have the fat stingy fly. No, the fat stingy honey fly. Bumblebee. Right?
Bumblebee.
So it's, yeah.
You really should do a kids show about biology.
I could make one of those old classroom stencils, the paper one that you put up with all the plants and the birds and the bees and with the Latin names and whatnot. And I could do one for fly things. Yeah, sure.
Last Christmas, for some reason, I had a complete and in a conversation, I had a complete and utter total brain block on the word reindeer. And the best I could come up with was snow horse.
I can see your reasoning.
Yeah, it's a horse in the snow. It's a snow horse. Do you mean a reindeer? Yeah, that's the one.
All right.
Yeah. Santa snow horses.
Musca mellifera pinguinis et urticans. my Latin pronunciation is bad, but that is fat stinging honeyfly. Turns out there's a Latin translator online. So yeah, making that that overview should be a walk in the park.
All your Kahoot's going to be in Latin now.
Yeah.
That's the master level.
Exactly. Kahootimus Maximus.
Well, that's your company name.
Oh.
Oh, that's a sad clown.
Wah, wah, wah. Ah.
Oh, brilliant. Another things I've spent. I mean, I got the money back on my taxes when I spent
No.
all of it. I bought a printer, not a 3D one, just a 2D one, because I realized that the old printer is somewhere between 15 and 20 years old. So it is reasonable that it's starting to complain and not work properly. So that is retired now. And I also got a new external hard drive to because my backup disk wasn't really big enough to back up everything.
Yeah, I need to get another backup disk. Every day when my computer is on, I just get a little warning in the corner of my thing. Backup not completed. The backup disk is full. And I keep on clicking ignore, ignore, ignore. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
That is playing with fire.
It is, isn't it?
Oh, it's fun that because the wife came to me yesterday or the day before, and she was taking backup of pictures and stuff from her phone onto her external hard drive. To be fair, it's old enough, so I'm not sure if it's USB powered or if it has a chisel with it. That's the interface for storing on it. It's more like a stone tab. But she said I need to get a new external hard drive because I don't have enough storage for my backups. And then she asked me, "Is this a reasonable price for a 2 terabyte hard drive?" And sure, but 2 terabytes? I'm sure my document folder is bigger than that. So I have at least 2 external hard drives on 2 terabyte that I've discontinued years ago because I outgrew them. But it's just another sentiment to you living in your own bubble, doing video productions and editing. Data storage is a totally different ball game than someone who just takes some pictures with their phones and store some PDFs. So
Yeah.
I was pleased that I could help her with. You just have one of mine. We'll agree on a price, much better than the one she stipulated on the local computer online store thingamabob.
Yeah, I don't film in 4K and that sort of thing, but my photos folder that's also keeps the video everything I've shot with the camera. That's 2.2 terabytes at this point, so it is growing rather quickly with YouTube and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I was wondering if I should separate those, but I think that's too much of a hassle. But I think I have decided that because I have two 6 terabyte disks in my computer, when I start to run out, I will start to purge the maker folder because I don't need to keep all that raw footage. I just make sure that I keep the actual videos I made because I won't go. I won't ever use that. I know we talked about that in previous episodes way back, but I feel at some point
Yeah.
you have to clear stuff out.
I've got all the original exports, but as last week, and I also managed to delete my entire music library. But details, skim over that.
A
I
filth
also,
purge.
I also dumped all my old Final Cut Pro projects because it's like I I don't need these folders, these project libraries with multiple gigabytes of raw footage in. I just don't need it. Never going to use it.
Yeah.
What I'm ooh, this is probably a functionless in DaVinci because I never preview any of the video clips. I just dump them into the working folder and then I drag them onto the timeline and then I sort them out there and cut them down. But it would be nice when you have the final. I mean, every time you, not every time, but let's say when you are happy and you've done all your test renderings and now I'm doing the final rendering, then you could cross a box that it takes all the source files that's on the timeline, but you cut down. It generates copies of those, the raw files, but in the cuts that is on the timeline, and then just disregards the rest.
Mm.
Because sometimes I have a shot that is like 5 minutes long because I'm doing 3 takes, and then I just find the one that I like and I cut that down and just disregard the rest. And then I want it to automatically, all right, you disregarded this. And if you accept, I will delete that part of the source file, but keep the good part that's in the final edit in case you want to go back and grab audio or mute the voiceover because you're making a short or something. And that would drastically reduce the data storage on my hard drive.
Yeah, because it feels rather wasteful when you have a 5 minute clip and use 5 seconds.
But isn't that a profession that before the director and the master editor goes in, you have people doing the rough cut?
Yep.
But what were they called again?
I don't know, but even lower on the strand is the people just going through all the raw footage and writing comments about at timestamps what is happening in that video.
Yeah.
That seems like a horrible thing to do. I had a friend who did that for a reality TV show. That was like, I think it was people learning how to drive or something like that, and they had
Oh,
like 20 hours of footage for an 20-minute episode. So she had to sit through that and make notes of, oh, at this
Oh,
at this point Phil is screaming, at this point Haavard is reversing into a caravan at this point.
yeah.
And that it sounded so soul sucking.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily, I don't need commentary like that or metadata on my raw footage.
But it would be nice to have.
Yes, we're back to the point of like winning the lottery, so you could have a shop assistant and then a video editor, and suddenly you're a small business. So you're not doing as much making because you have now 10 employees to serve the boring things of making and YouTube. But I tried to reduce the amount of filming when I built the hardware store cabinets, but still it ended up with a couple of hours of footage, and I recorded the intro voiceover because I've written a script in advance, and I just realized I don't want the video to be about building the carcasses and the cabinets. I want to focus on the indexing system. So that's the interesting part. So I just realized, all right, I need to cut down these 2 hours to 2 minutes and 10 seconds, which is the initial rant that I have. And it's nice to have like you need to cut it down to this length because you
Yeah.
get very like, all right, nobody wants to see this. Just I deleted entire clips that I filmed this, but this is not relevant. And then the question is, then I could just delete all the raw footage once it's done. So, but now I have a new hard drive, so that's another question we'll have in 2 years. Then we'll double back to that. Then we'll discuss what Phil has deleted in the meantime, and yeah.
Should that be a segment?
What did
What
Phil
did Phil
delete
delete?
this week? Yeah,
We can have a cahoot about it.
yeah, we're back
Phil
to that.
discovers he's deleted all the really important documents. Nah, there's nothing really that's important.
Phil throws away. We could extend it to the regular life as well.
Yep. Phil throws away things.
I
Is that a second channel?
And considering the amount of stuff I'm throwing away at the minute, it might be. There's probably some real, hardcore recovering hoarders who just watch it a bit like pornography. Yeah, go on, throw it away, throw it away, throw it away, you dirty bastard.
I I I'm not sure if it is because we have discussed this, but I started getting in my feed. There is a Instagram channel of a guy who, like, anyone who inherits a hoarder or a collector of some sort, just send me pictures and videos of the collection you now have to sift through, because the one who just died was hoarding for his entire life. And that's an interesting channel, and it's a bit scary. So I have been throwing things away, not proper death cleaning. And if you look over my shoulder, there's the saxophone I got for a lamp project. That's a few projects I had. And then there's the guillotine back there. I'm not using the guillotine as much as one might think. So it's going in deep storage. So I'm gonna ask the wife if she can lend her back to hand me things to the loft, and then I can find some space for it there. But it is just moving a problem out of sight at a different location in the house. So I'm not dealing with anything. I'm just moving it out of my workshop and out of sight.
No, I keep watching all these videos about throwing stuff away, and there's just this one line that someone said. There is a multi-million-pound, dollar, euro industry based around selling you the latest and greatest storage system, organizing system, stacking
Yeah.
boxes. No, you just need less shit.
Yeah. I mean, if you would look around here, I mean, the things that pop up mostly is long-term storage places where you can go and rent by the square meter places to put your stuff. Those
Yeah.
are, I mean, as soon as they tear down an old light industrial area, a big one of those pops up.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And then,
And
it's a lot of money in people's shit.
exactly, and then you're spending sort of £250 a month renting a tin shed somewhere on an industrial zone for 5, 10, 15 years to
Yeah.
store stuff that you never ever need.
and it's weird that, I mean, people don't go to a shrink with their problems because it costs too much money. So I'm just gonna compartmentalize this and box it away in the back of my head. And we do the same thing with our shit. Instead of just getting rid of it, I don't want to deal with it. So I just rent a storage space and put it there and forget about it.
Yeah.
But those storage spaces, one thing is, I mean, it might seem cheap, but the accumulative costs, it's expensive to rent one of those places just to store your shit. And what's been becoming more popular, at least in the area where I'm living, is when they're like tearing down all industrial sites. They pop up these huge industrial buildings, which is basically some sheet metal on a concrete slab, and they sell them as a, I mean, you buy a share, you buy one section, and then you own that together with a lot of other people owning those sections, and they are like 70 square meters or 140, with a mezzanine. And then of course you see these very beautiful AI pictures where they have like your Porsche there and your leather couch dining area in the corner with the fridge and the beer cooler and whatnot. So this is like this is your man cave. But it's like 150, 160,000 pounds for a tin can on an industrial site. You have to drive 20 minutes to get to. And then, of course, it's the common cost of insurance and maintenance and whatnot. And like, you're basically paying half the price of a house to have a decentralized shed. Get rid of some stuffs. That's difficult.
Yeah, you just need to do the hard thing, don't you?
Yeah.
And get rid of it.
Is that the closure we needed on this main episode? Sometimes you need to do the hard thing.
Sure, why not? I was just going to say, I've been throwing stuff away now for about a year, and there is nothing that I've got rid of that I have regretted getting rid of. Absolutely nothing.
If anyone looks at your places from haven't seen it before, does it look like someone have cleaned out stuff, or does it look like a lot of stuff still?
Oh, someone will stumble in and, oh my God, there's a lot of stuff here. Like, what? It's almost empty.
Oh yeah. I mean, the garage and the flat, it's still got a lot of stuff in, but the amount of stuff in it is significantly less than it was.
It's
I
better
think-
stuff.
It's better stuff. It's more curated stuff.
But as long as you curate it, then you're not a hoarder.
No.
But that's the thing, though. I mean, if you don't miss anything, have you then really thrown away enough?
And
That
that's where
is
we
a
get the
good
holiday.
question. Now we're into philosophy again.
Yes, we've closed the loop. If you're not missing it, have you really
If
you
thrown anything away? Yeah.
You don't know where the boundary is, at least, because you have to step over it to actually know where it is.
Yeah.
So then you're still playing it safe.
Or if you're not missing it, did you even ever have it?
Mind blown.
To be continued on Tuesday.
Yeah, we need
where we discuss do your things own you, or do you own your things?
Ah, yes, exactly. That sage wisdom. The things you own end up owning you. Tyler Durden, Fight Club.
Oh, that's where it's from. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That could be a cliffhanger, or dildo mouse that I also have in notes.
Yes, you have very nicely written dildo mouse in my notes section. Thank you very much.
I had a thought. I can't forget it, so I need to write it down. And it's better to put it in Phil's notes than in myself.